Hi everyone. Today we have a guest Ayush with us who has recently placed in Accenture, and I invited him to share his journey, how he has started, and when was his exam, all the things he will discuss with us. So now Ayush, you can start with the introduction.
Okay, good evening, ma'am, and thanks for giving me opportunity to introduce myself. My name is Ayush Sohane. I have completed my graduation from Dr. Viren Sarup Institute of Computer Studies with a CGPA of 8.99. I have completed the course in Bachelor of Computer Application. In the journey of BCA, I have learned programming languages like Java, C++, and C with a basic understanding of SQL and DSA. I have also participated in some of the events in colleges. Like like one event was a mathematics event in which I have performed with my team. By leading my team, I was able to win that competition. And I also participated in a programming event which is of computer graphics. And in that event, I got a runner-up position. Uh, s- Talking about of my strength, so I considered myself as a quick learner, versatile, and adaptive in nature. So that's all about me, ma'am.
Okay. So now Ayush, tell me from where you start your preparation. First of all, let me know that Accenture came in your college. What was the time?
So basically, the Accenture registration started on mid of August, and the cognitive assessment was on 5th September. It is around 2023 batch, 2023 to 2024 batch. Then I got selected in cognitive assessment. I got a result on that day only, and then I got a communication mail after 3 to 4 days, which was held on 11th of September. So after
Okay. Okay.
okay,
So
so
it
after
was an off. Okay, let me complete. It was an off-campus opportunity or on campus?
ma'am, it's an on-campus opportunity.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so did you remember the exact date that at this time Accenture sent you the notification that yes, we are coming to hire?
Like there was, we got to know in second year only that Accenture will come all in third year. So to get ready for that, and I like around 10 of August or 15 of August, I got that registration mail from Accenture.
Mhm.
So after filling that, we got notification of cognitive assessment around 7 days before, and then on 5th September, my cognitive assessment was held.
Okay, so we can say like the 15 to 20 days you have for the time of preparation, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so as you are BCA student, so for you guys, technical assessment is optional. So did you choose to attempt the technical assessment or not?
Yes, ma'am. I have choose technical assessment
Okay,
because
so coding is not there enough for you?
no, ma'am, coding was not there.
Okay, okay. Now, let's discuss about cognitive part. So, in cognitive part, what is the difficulty in each and every section? What you feel like it is quite difficult or it is quite easy? Tell me section by section.
So, ma'am, basically in English, they are not more like we can say it is a moderate level. If you have you have basic level of knowledge, and if you can eliminate option, then you can uh, make it or your option right. And then if we talk about verbal ability or reasoning part, so that was not difficult. Like you have to use some your IQ like IQ, so that you have to be very fast.
Okay. And there were aptitude questions or not? Because this time people are asking about aptitude question. Last year I saw that in some slots there were aptitude questions. So for you, they were or not?
In my script, there was no like any aptitude question. Only number series was there, which is concluded in
Hmm.
reasoning part.
Reasoning only, yes, yes, okay. So, what you feel, what is the cutoff criteria of written round?
I think that cutoff marks will be like more than 60 or 70%.
Hmm. We can have a goal of scoring 75%, then only we will have like 70%. So this is quite a
Yes,
safe
ma'am.
zone.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay. So the next question I want to ask you is in technical round, uh, what was the difficulty and how many questions were from MS Office and application and cloud and network security?
Ma'am, it's like 10, 10, 10, and 20 ratio. So
Hmm.
that 10 question of MS Office and 10 question of Excel part, and then 20 question of around like pseudocode.
Okay, so as this time 2025 batch is preparing, so they people are asking like main resources or like we can say what are the main topics to prepare for cloud and network security wala part. Already I have discussed some topics, but if you feel that yes, these are the some particular topics they can prepare and they can go with the flow, so you can discuss with me.
Ma'am, like I have not attempted more of the question of cloud computing because that was a like part which need a special knowledge, and I don't have expertise in that time. So I decided to go with pseudocode and some of the MS Office part.
Okay, so that particular portion you completely left.
Yes, ma'am. Like some of the questions are easy for like example of
Mhm.
cloud computing. So that option I have choose or that question I attempted.
Okay, okay. Okay, because as per my knowledge, you cannot skip the complete portion. You have to at
Yes,
least
ma'am.
attempt it, right? Otherwise, you will be eliminated.
Like ma'am, there is no negative marking, so I choose
Hmm.
to
It's
guess
better
and
to choose an option randomly. Yeah.
yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, like after once you have clear, so after how much time it take to send you the notification like that you have cleared the round?
Like ma'am, we have to put our phone far away from us. So like after submitting my exam, when I take up my phone, so on WhatsApp I got informed that I've been selected, and also I've received a
Okay.
separate mail.
Okay. Okay. At that day only.
Yes, ma'am. At that day only, and after submitting, like just a few minutes after.
Okay, okay. So the exam were held in your college only, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So like, after how many days did you get the notification about communication round?
After 5 days, I got a notification about communication round, and the date was given to us, which is like 3 to 4 days after I got a date of test. So it's like I got a mail of 9 September of communication, and
Mhm.
on 11 or 13, my communication assessment was held.
Okay, so in communication round, basically what they want to ask you, like, what is the criteria of communication round? What are the particular things they need to focus on?
So then that was a percent test, which is a automation test. So
Mhm.
like as you have told in your videos, uh, basically that's all are things which are asked in communication round.
Yeah, basically, as I think like your pronunciation should be good, and if you are good in grammar and basic English, then you can easily clear the round.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now for interview, after how many days you got the mail and when was your interview?
So ma'am, there was a huge gap after communication round and interview. Like I have completed my communication round on 13 September, and my interview was held on 5th of October. So it's around
Okay,
a
but
one
when
month
did you
gap.
get the mail? When did you get the mail after completing communication round? When did you get the mail about interview?
Ma'am, I got a mail on 27 or 28 September.
Okay, like we can say again 10 to 12 days they will give you to prepare for interview.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So for interview, like, did you remember what type of questions they asked to you?
Yes, ma'am. I have remembered all of the questions. So basically, my interview was held for 15 minutes. And firstly, the name of my interviewer was Navneet Bhal. He was from IT. He was from security branch. So
Okay.
firstly, he introduced himself, And then from that, after that, my interview was started. So firstly, he asked me to introduce myself. After I have introduced, so then he asked a question of about my achievements. Like I have mentioned my achievements, so he went into in detail, like what was the process of competition. And after this, he checked my resume and asked me about my project. So I have made a project on employee management system. So
Mhm.
he asked some basic question like what was the working of your project and what is the problem you faced. So I have told all of that. Then he asked me about my favorite and least favorite subjects. So I have answered that like my favorite subject was math, and the least favorite subject is like in which I have to mug up things or I have to learn things. After that, he asked me, why do you want to Accenture? So for that, I have prepared from Google, and also I have uh, taken your help in, like I have DM'd you. So you have sent me some format. So after preparing
Mhm.
for that, I have prepared and answered all that.
Okay, so like what was the duration of your interview?
So it's held like 15 to 20 minutes.
Okay, so it was a virtual interview or physical interview?
Ma'am, it's a virtual interview.
Okay, so after how many days did you get the mail or like you have successfully cleared the interview as well?
So I got a mail after 14 days, which is 19th October.
Hmm. Okay, then after how many days did you get the offer letter?
Offer letter I have received on 11th April, so it's a huge gap.
Yeah, it's a huge gap. Then joining letter?
Uh, Joining letter, I didn't receive my date of joining yet, so
Hmm.
maybe I'm expecting like in the month end.
Yeah, I guess in the end of September they will send you because this time Accenture is onboarding the candidates.
Yes, ma'am. Some of the
Okay.
candidates of from my college have received their joining, and some are still
Mm-hmm.
waiting.
Yeah, most probably they will send you by the end of the month. Okay, so yes, we have like discussed the complete process. Now tell me, what was your strategy to prepare and how much time it required to prepare for Accenture, honestly?
Ma'am, if you are a mediocre, then it's just 15 days are very enough for you to prepare for that. And if you are below average, then it takes a time because you need to practice. There are in during the cognitive assessment, you have two options. First is that you choose only cognitive one, or other is that cognitive plus technical. So
Mm-hmm.
in only cognitive, there are 50 minutes and 50 questions. So you need to be very fast. But I have chosen technical one, so I got 90 questions. I got 80 or 90 questions in 90 minutes. So I have used that time. I've used more time in quantitative, cognitive, and then less time in technical part. So
Okay,
maybe
so
this
the
was one of my
time was
strategy.
shared, that 90 minutes was shared for both of the sections.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that thing
All
I was not aware of it.
and also during during choosing my cognitive plus technical will, there is also a
Mhm.
separate note was there, like there is no sectional cutoff for technical, so I have to only pass my cutoff of cognitive only. If I was able to
Yeah.
clear that, then I got
Mhm.
selected.
Mhm. Yeah, for the non-engineering candidates, technical is completely optional and there is no sectional cutoff. But for engineering students, technical is mandatory. Also, coding is mandatory. So you guys don't be confused in both of these. Like the roles will be different. Okay. Anyways, like so, what resources you have followed and like for which section you give how much of time you require to prepare?
So firstly, I was looked up for the resources. Then I got to know about Prep Insta site. Also, I have downloaded some previous year paper. Then to get the approach of teachers, I have checked YouTube. Then I found the your channel like technical techies code buddy, and also I got to two three more channels like online study for you and
Hmm.
etc. So from that, firstly I checked about what is the pattern of the paper, and like how much time they uh, they give to solve that question. After that, I started watching videos one by one and start practicing from that only.
Okay. So we can say like if you are a moderate and quite high person, then yeah, 15 days are enough. But yeah, for we
Yes,
can
ma'am.
say like for coding wala part, you need to be prepared from basics and like from it require more time. But for cognitive and technical, 15 or 20 days are more than enough if you are an average person.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now tell me if you want to share any like tips and tricks that can help other students as well.
Uh, Tips is like that you have to practice hard because there is a pressure of exam also, and also there is a when time get to less, so you have become more intense, and you need to be worried about that.
Hmm. And nowadays, what I'm seeing is like I'm not degrading anyone's channel, but what I found is that some people are just randomly, some students are randomly watching any kind of video, and from there they are getting quite wrong information as well. For some questions, there are wrong answer written there. So on that note, what is your perspective? Like we should go for any random video, or we should first search that yes, this channel is genuine or like what?
Like obviously searching is a more like you have to be make sure that you get all the authentic information, and like it's like if we get all things in one place, then we don't need to get to search more things,
Yes, yes.
and so that was my concern that if there are some channels in which you get only like same videos for cognitive, like if they are targeting only Accenture or for same company, then you can only go for that only.
Mhm. Also, I always recommend, like, first of all, just go and check for each and every playlist, like what playlist they have, so that you will have the complete arrangement. So, if you have all the things together, so you don't need to go for a random video or random topics.
Yes, ma'am.
So, this is a if some has a complete package, then you don't need to waste your time. But what the students does is like they just randomly watch any video and they get the wrong information as well, and that's why they are facing lots of problem. And
Yes.
also
Also, you need
one more, yes.
also like you need to trust your teacher or a faculty member from which
Mhm.
you are preparing. Like if they are trying their best, so you need to trust on them and start or study from them only.
Yes, I always recommend like whatever you are learning, just do cross check, right, on Google. And mostly this time what the students are doing is they are just copying and pasting the question on ChatGPT, and ChatGPT is giving the wrong answers. So they pointed on the faculty that you are giving the wrong information. I always say like ChatGPT cannot be correct every time. It can be, but there are multiple scenarios. Like even I said for pseudo codes, ChatGPT usually gives the wrong answer. We are getting the different answer on compiler, and ChatGPT is giving the wrong answer. But still, a student doesn't trust on the teacher itself. So that thing I really feel bad about it. That you are having that trust on AI rather than in human. I'm not degrading AI, but it is not good. Like if the teacher is saying that on compiler it is running and it is showing this particular output, but you guys are just like ChatGPT is this. So that thing I always like, you should not do that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so the next what? Yeah, like almost we have done. So if you are thinking like you can put any point, or if you have any more information, so you can share openly.
So basically, for me, the Techies Code Buddy channel and the online study for you channel was a heaven. Like I got all of my resources from there only, and also your Telegram channel, and also you helped me a lot. Like whenever I have some doubt, I only messaged you, and after few minutes, you have replied to me at every time. Like I have when I got selected in cognitive assessment, I informed you. Then you told me about communication process, then I watched your video, and again you have told me like to practice version test from YouTube. Like there are so many version tests available there. So after I got to know about my interview dates, I again inform you and ask you about tips. Like I have some doubts in question, so I I need to get more approach like what other people's approach of that question. So I have asked you, and you have give me your approach, and then I designed my question answer, and that's helped me a lot.
Yeah, this can help you a lot, and also I always try to reply to each and everyone, because if people are facing some problem and if I can help them, then I always try to do so. But sometimes, maybe I'm busy, or like then it can be a case. But always I try to help, like my 100% I want to give.
For me, whenever I have messaged you, you have replied me. So
Yeah.
I haven't faced any difficulties then.
Okay. So yeah, thank you, Ayush. So thank you for coming, and thank you for sharing your experience. It will really help other people as well.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, you can leave now.
Thank you, ma'am.